Thank you very much to invite me here. I'm really happy to be here. And I just want to give a short introduction on the organizations I'm working with, because World Cleanup Day and Let's Do It, we are arranging the World Cleanup all over the world almost every day. But the International World Cleanup Day is the 20th of September. So we are now actually also in the UN calendar. And then I work for Zero Waste all over the world. So I really should like to talk much more about zero waste, because I've seen so many good examples and so many good talks this morning here. But I'm invited to talk about the reusing park I created almost 20 years ago. So it was quite a long time since I talked about it, but I recapped everything, and I even found the conception I had for it when I was introducing it for the politicians in my hometown, which is Gothenburg in Sweden, about 900,000 people in the surroundings. By the way, if you ask me about my nice jacket, it is that I live in Indonesia part of the year, and my neighbor is a tailor, and he said, if you go to America, I'm going to make a nice suit for you. So he made this one, and I had it last year for the first time. And then to come here, Teresa said, don't you dare to come without your blue jacket. So that is the reason. So thanks to you, Teresa. Okay. The idea with the reusing park was that I was in charge of recycle centers in Gothenburg. We had 4 of them. And the recycle center is where people go with everything that is bulky waste. Bulky waste doesn't fit in the bin. So that is a common way. You rent a trailer or you take a car and you go there and you drop it into different containers. So this was the name, Kretsloppsparken, this is Sweden, and Alelyckan, that is the name where it is. And this was the idea concept I had when I went to the politicians. And Kretsloppsparken means it's a sustainable park. This is what I show them. This is my idea, and I introduce it, and they didn't understand very much of it, because this was the idea we should have a restaurant and a cafe, we should have a construction material, we should have a second-hand shop, and different facilities in this area. And at the end, we should have the recycle center. So they told me, can't you do it a little bit easier and come back and show it? So I said, okay, I will try. And then I came back with this one. And they said, okay, it's a little bit more obvious what you want. So this is the center of the park where we also have the restaurant and educational center. And then we have a second-hand shop, and the heart of everything is the sorting hall and the recycle center. And then we have everything that goes into the department that was handling construction material. This was the logo we were using, and Kretsloppsparken Alelyckan. So why should we have a recycling park? Because people were throwing away too many things that could be reused. So the introduction concept was Gothenburgers' new amusement park for recyclers and reusers, because my idea was that this should be a park that are happening a lot of things. It's not only about waste, because we don't need to use the word waste. We need to get the mindset change for people. This is an ordinary recycle center in Sweden. You bring your car up and you sort it into different containers, whatever material you have, and you have some hazardous waste and electronics you put over here, and then most of these things go for recycling and, of course, for incineration, because Sweden is the land of incineration. We have almost 40 incinerators, and we also import waste to burn in Sweden, which is totally crazy, of course. But that's another question. This is the park, what it looked like. This is the recycle center. The rest here is the park. This is for the construction material. This is the second-hand material. And this is where we had some workshops and a restaurant. The whole area is 30,000 square meters. I think that is like 300,000 square feet. I don't know, maybe something like that. You have to look it up. The main thing is that you come in here, you drive your car, and you go into this. This is the heart, the marriage point of everything. This is the sorting hall. Everybody who goes to the recycle center has to pass through here, and this is where the action is. This is where we have all the staff, and this is also where we ask people actively, what do you have, what do you bring here, and can we have it, can you donate it, and so on. And people were surprised, why are you asking this and this? But we educated people also, and make them a little bit more aware that they could donate the stuff, and then we could sell it in the different places inside the park. So the things they're going to donate, they can put it in here, and the staff was helping them to unload, and then we have all the electronics and everything that was hazardous take off, and after that they could go up to the recycle center and sort themselves into the different containers. So this was the absolutely most important thing, that we had this sorting and that we have personal meeting, talking to people to make them understand and bring a little bit more of awareness. This is a second-hand shop. The usual things we're selling inside in these different facilities. And for me, it was also important that everything should be clean and nice. It should not be the feeling that you're coming to a dump or you come into a second-hand store and it smells old and stuff. It should be like going into a normal shop. So these are examples how they displayed it and how they try to sell it then. And this is the construction material. We also brought in buildings, you know, we rebuilt old buildings in the park also. And some of the materials that was selling on this construction part, you see, like here we went yesterday in the Park City's recycle center. They also had a lot of doors and stuff, so I recognize a lot of it. This was a big seller, old wood. People threw it away. This was chopped up or into the incinerator. Now we use it instead. Bathtubs became popular after one influencer said that everybody should have a bathtub in the garden. So in 1 week, we were selling more than 100 bathtubs. So it has some effect. This is a special story. Somebody called and said, can we leave some WC toilets in your park? Yeah, it's okay, you can do. And they came with a big truck. It was more than 300. And that gave me some problem, but we managed to sell them. But it took some time. Yeah. The third facility there is a workshop where you can repair stuff, you know, repair a bike and a lot of garden machines and stuff. And that was also a work training place for people who had problem to get into the normal working market. So there was also training station for people. And also people on the way out from jail and stuff, you know, to get adopted to a normal life. They could do some time with us also and, you know, start working as normal people. And this is also where we had the restaurant where people could sit. There is a restaurant inside here, and the short summertime in Sweden we could sit outside. And we signed a contract with the one who was having the restaurant, that at least 50% of everything has to be organic that you serve, and they got into it and more, so it ended up with, I think, almost like 90% organic stuff. So you could also push your ideas by signing different contracts with the people you're working with. We had composting, also to make people understand what kind of system we have, that we can compost your food and you can get soil back and you can grow stuff in your villa, whatever it is. So we gave away for children, we gave it away for free, and then people could buy it also. But that was also a little bit the mind of educating people. And the visitors and the sales now, I left the park 2012, and it was open 2007. So, but I heard now that the last year the turnover was 1.4 million, and it creates also work opportunities for a lot of people there. And we had many guidings, and we've been the role model for many parks around the world now. And even in Sweden, a lot of recycle centers in different cities has turned into smaller parks or similar facilities like this one. So do we influence people's behavior? That was one of the most important things, that we should make people understand what kind of waste management system we had in our city. And once they understand it, they also will be easier for them to do what we want them to do. So we educated them by showing them good examples, and many people start coming there just to donate stuff. So they did not even go to the recycle center. They just come there because donating is important. We love to donate things. It feels good in our heart when we can donate things and other people can use it. So that was an important thing. Some advice: you have to have good cooperation to work with. We had a Swedish Stadsmissionen, which is very famous in Sweden for second-hand stuff. So they were running one of the facilities, and then one part of the city in Gothenburg was running the repair stop. And from my department, the wastewater department, we were the one who was running the construction part. So important also that you have educated staff working there. You have to educate them all the time so they can get the message to all the visitors. And I always told them, don't say, I don't know. Say, I will find out, I will call you, I will give you an answer later or something. But don't say, I don't know. That's not a good answer. And of course, my mantra was smile and love your job. This is an example of activity. We had a band playing with people come in there. They were a little bit surprised of the different activities, but you know, to ease up the whole thing. More examples. You go to the gym, you can have a personal trainer. Here, you come to the park, you could have a personal sorter that follow you to help you to sort and unload and everything. And that was really appreciated, you know. And we had a quiz that could go around the whole park and have a quiz, the whole family. And this is the famous dog, Turbo, rest in peace, since a few years ago. But he could sort into 6 different fractions. So then I think also the people of Gothenburg could learn how to do it. That was, of course, very popular. But this kind of activities was important also to have in the park. That's why my idea was it should be like an amusement park also, not only about waste. I arranged a rock concert. Everybody could go to the rock concert there. They paid by bringing PET bottles or old clothes or whatever it is, anything that we could reuse. If they bring it, they got a ticket and they get in. So that was one idea we had. And you see, this is different activities. When you have activities, our parking space was not enough. They were parking everywhere. And we had a clown going around there. We had an expert. People could come and evaluate their things they had because, you know, they love to see if there is any value in my old painting or whatever it is. So another example of different activities we had in the park. And all these things I did in this park brought me out in the world. So this is the first international mission I had when I was invited to the Rio 20 Plus 2012. And that is a famous guy, Mr. Rodrigo Sabatini, which we all know here. That is my partner in crime. So I went there and had a few speech also there about the park. And met, of course, this guy, the Swedish king, and the queen. And I had printed a lot of different T-shirts. And I gave it to all these famous people, you know, just to promote Gothenburg city and the park. Where do you get all your inspiration from? People ask me, and I say, yeah, in here, the only place where you sit still, relax, and then I made it into an art gallery. So people were there, they came out with one picture on their arm. I said, okay, I'll buy this one also. So that was a good example if you want to get inspiration. This is really important. You've probably seen it before. But if a product can't be reused, repaired, rebuilt, refurbished, refinished, resold, recycled, or composted, then it should be restricted, redesigned, or removed from the production. That is the simple message also from Zero Waste today, right? Don't bring anything into the loop if we can't take care of it. So redesign is the most important thing. So, be stubborn, have a message, never give up. Thank you very much.